Logan wins the duel, but the real trap is waiting at the party. Spoiler warning, we are jumping into a Korean webtoon about a disgraced knight who gets a second life with memories of war, betrayal, and the empire that once ruined everything. Logan is not just trying to swing his sword better. He is trying to rewrite history before the same disasters return. That means money, weapons, allies, territory, and a reputation strong enough to scare nobles who used to look down on the McLean name. The first pressure point is simple. Silvan sends a captain who is supposed to be a real obstacle, the kind of high-ranking knight who makes ordinary soldiers freeze before the first strike. He stops playing safe and throws out a triple sword aura, turning one blade into a confusing storm of false angles. But Logan reads it too cleanly. That is the scary part. He does not panic, he does not chase the illusion, and he does not waste energy proving he is stronger. He finds the weakness inside the movement and cuts straight through the rhythm. When Logan unleashes the Divine Sword's first style, Wave Division, the captain's confidence collapses with his aura. The troops see their leader fall, and suddenly the battlefield has only one sensible option left: surrender before McLean turns victory into a massacre. After that win, the story shifts from open battle to the quieter kind of war, negotiation. There is a flash of a fierce confrontation under a red sky, where a red-haired knight stands against a bearded powerhouse and survives a fiery clash that should have shaken him. Then the scene tightens into a noble interior, full of officials, counters, goods, payments, and people pretending this is just business. But it is never just business with Logan. Shouting interrupts the meeting. A large challenger tries to turn the room into a test of pride, and Logan stays almost annoyingly calm. That calm matters, because he is not there to flex. He is there to move pieces. Outside, after dealing with the noise, he meets a small white-haired elder and reveals the real prize, a glowing sword of pure mithril. And now the money game becomes a weapons race. Soon after that, Logan reaches a grand noble compound where the welcome already feels like a trap. A blonde young noble waits with armored guards, acting like the gate itself belongs to him. And beside the group is a hooded female attendant who looks harmless for about 2 seconds. Watch this. She moves close, hides the danger in polite distance, and tries to strike before anyone can call it an attack. Logan catches her wrist before the move lands. No speech, no panic, just instant recognition. That one reaction changes the whole tone, because it tells everyone he is not some country knight who wandered into a bigger house by accident. Even when a stronger white-haired knight arrives and the pressure spikes, Logan holds his ground. By the time he walks into the lavish hall, the older blonde noble greeting him already knows the name Logan McLean carries weight. The noble gathering looks polished on the surface, but the moment Roger Berros steps into focus, it becomes a stage for humiliation. Logan arrives in formal armor, surrounded by nobles, attendants, and young elites who understand exactly what public embarrassment can cost. Roger smiles like a man who has already decided the ending. He needles Logan in front of everyone, circles the subject of a valuable artifact, and keeps pushing in that smug noble way where every sentence is half insult, half test. Logan feels the pressure, but he does not give Roger the reaction he wants. That restraint is important because the crowd is watching for weakness. Somewhere inside the exchange, old violence and sword-related history hang over the room, making the artifact feel less like treasure and more like bait. Roger keeps pressing, and Logan has to survive the trap without showing his full hand. The pressure then moves into steel. Logan is pulled through a formal sword exercise under instructor eyes, with students watching every step, every dodge, every controlled counter. He studies the opponent, allows openings only when they serve him, and uses timing instead of brute force. That is why the room reacts. He is not fighting like a young noble trying to impress people. He is fighting like someone who has already lived through worse. Then the test turns harsher. A golden, flame-like force rises around him, almost like weapon pressure or an artifact trial, and Logan has to keep moving while the heat and impact try to fold him. He strains, pushes through, and refuses to break. But here is the catch. By night, Logan has already left the party, and an older man realizes the artifact may have slipped away with him. This stretch is where Logan's second life starts paying off in public. He is not just winning fights anymore. He is converting victories into surrender, turning business meetings into weapon upgrades, and walking through noble traps without giving enemies the clean mistake they need. The Mithril sword and the artifact both point to the same bigger problem. Power in this world is not only measured by skill, but by who controls rare objects, secret knowledge, and public reputation. Logan keeps looking calm, but every calm move makes more dangerous people notice him. That is the trade-off. The stronger he looks, the harder the nobles will hunt for what he is hiding. Subscribe for the next manhwa recap, because Logan just turned a party into a theft investigation.